Oh, what's poppin', guys? You got your boy Nanjo back at it with another video. This is gonna be another installment of my Road to Taker 2, a series in which I go ahead and play Take 2, trying to rack up 5-0s, so I can go ahead and get the 20 5-0s I need in order to get the Taker 2 flare, which is a pretty illustrious flare that not as many people have as you might think. So let's go ahead and get started. So all three of these games, my game 3, 4, and 5 are gonna be versus Rune. Now Rune in Take 2 is like, I don't know, like it's definitely a contender for either the third or fourth best class they can draft and Take 2. Just because I know last set Brigade the Sky, like when they had Abyss Summoners and whatnot, like Abyss Summoner is like such a powerhouse. It's such a crazy amount of card to get through. But now they also have you can like draft mysterious stuff and have that actually work out for you as well. So it's really good if you can actually like hit your combo pieces correctly. However, I would put it, I guess, a step up from Portal slightly. So if I put Portal as being fourth, then this could be third, maybe, or maybe fifth, maybe somewhere between fourth and fifth. I'm not sure. Anyway, the point is that like I have some uphill games for me because like I think every single time I've been versus Rune, it's always been a game that like deceptively goes a very long time. Just because like again they have a lot of inherent value and their wards are also pretty ridiculous. So I go ahead and toss back everything. I pick up a 1-drop, a 3-drop, and a 4-drop. I'm going second. Now 1-drops versus Rune are kind of sketchy because they also have magic missile to punish you. Now here my opponent plays the Mysterious Missile. I'm like, wow. Or sorry, he gets Mysterious Missile off of knowledge. I'm like, wow, that's really disastrous for me. Because ordinarily I'd be able to win because the 2-3 stat line versus Rune is like such a nightmare for them to deal with. It's such an absolute nightmare for them to deal because like you guarantee you get a value trade because they just don't have removal that does 3 by itself. Sorry, that does 3 by itself independently. But he has the missile. Now here he plays Skyfire and Smelter. I'm like, okay. He then drops the Mysterious Missile. I didn't like this play at all. I don't like this play because it's just really bad. It's bad in the sense that like you know I'm gonna play 2-3 because I actually have 2-3s and your deck does not. You also know I have first evolve, so I really just did not like this line. And then he plays Rackham, but like, in what world was I not gonna be able to kill the Rackham by playing a 2-3? But I guess what he wanted though to happen was that he could like he wanted me to play a 2-2. He can trade into the 2-2. I then can't kill Rackham, and then he's able to just like snowball and win the game off of that. But that's such a that's like a 3-step process. That's also hinges on me not hitting a 2-3 as Sword, who has many 2-3s and also has neutral 2-3s in that of the Burly Axe Wielder. So I go ahead and make my trade. Now here, I'm not really sure if playing Rackham here right here was the correct line. I felt like it was, but if he has something better than Rackham somehow, this could be a problem. Now, for example, if he has like say Altea or say Faust. Faust would also be another big one, but he does not. He has Altea though. Now here he does make a slight, well, what I felt was a slight misplay. I felt like, right, so I felt like if he bumped in his Clay Golem and then traded and has 6/6, that'd be pretty difficult for me to deal with. But now, if I can evo over that with anything, you're in an awkward spot. But I don't know. So I do actually find the Castle Guardian, which does let me evo with this perfectly. I get it to hold Lucius in the back. Holding Lucius in the back is definitely a very big thing that has to happen because I don't want to get wrecked by Proto Baja. Now here we see him play Investigation, draw 3 cards. I'm like, wow, what the hell? I didn't know how I felt about that. The reason why I didn't know how I felt about that is because like this line of play, it literally hinges on, oh, you either hit Abyss Summoner here or you're probably dead. Like. But I go ahead and play out the Young Master Samurai. Now here I should have evolved the Master Samurai, but I didn't want to do it because I didn't know the game was over yet or anything like that. Like, it's looking pretty over, but I've been here, I've said this like multiple times, and then I just like get like wrecked by something. Now here he does play the Servant of Truth. The Servant of Truth is actually a punish for me not doing the play I wanted to do. But again, he was more likely to have, well, in my mind I felt like he was more likely to have the Abyss Summoner, which would have been a better play for him. But he is not, and that is his last evolve, so now his Abyss Summoners are going to be kind of harder to play, because it is contingent on me having, it will now be contingent on me just like not having anything when he plays it. But here we do see me go ahead and overextend with the Burly Axe Wielder. I go ahead and blow up the Sigil. You might think that blowing up the Sigil isn't like, worth much, but it actually kind of is, for the sole reason of, oh, I need from not play any of the few activators for sigils that exist in rotation right now. There is the astral, I think it's like astral invocation or something like that, or no, astral divination. Astral divination is like ridiculously good in Take 2, and I need, if he plays that, to not get full value off of it. But here he plays the young Cagliostro, and like yikes. So the Cagliostro thing is like ridiculous here because it just comes through. He now has a 5-2. He finally gets back the board after having thrown away the board in like turn 6. So it's really good. I don't have Evo points anymore to punish him, and if I want to get rid of that, I have to probably burn Lucius to do so, and I don't want to do that. Nor do I want to let him like keep the 5-2 up in play. So I think I just ultimately go ahead and just play Axe Princess. Go ahead and drop the Lucius now. I go ahead and draw a card, and now I have the board. Now the board, it might seem like kind of puny and whatnot, because it is. It is definitely very puny. However, on the flip side, I have the young Jiraiya in the back to punish him. Now, part of the reason why this draft works, right? Part of the reason why this draft works is because Jiraiya as a card, it's not seen much in rotation, or sorry, it's not seen much in Constructive Ladder in either formats. However, Jiraiya in actuality is a very ridiculous card. Like Jiraiya, like if you have like, you know, even board states like this, Jiraiya is in fact one of the many quintessential balance breakers, so to speak. So as you see here, he plays Catalina, and then he even buffs it up with Sagape to make it a 6-6. That's effectively more or less a 9-9. But I have the young Jiraiya here, and like, oh, well, now he gets bodied, right? So we're gonna play the Jiraiya. If you're wondering, yes, the Jiraiya bug is still in effect, in which Jiraiya is so loud that you still hear him, even if you have your sounds muted, which I do actually have them muted. Now, we do actually see me misplay here. The correct play, honestly speaking, I mean, honestly, truly and utterly speaking, is to go ahead and sack the Lucius. You sack the Lucius, you go ahead and push 3. You push 3 because now, if you don't push 3 and he has Proto Baja here, I can die. Like, it doesn't seem like it, but I can definitely die, and it does open up a window for my opponent to come back. But I was just, you know, think about the value trade, but you don't need to value trade here anymore. Like, the game is probably over. Now here you play Scrapper and Smelter, so I know that there's probably not Proto Baja coming, but there could be. But there probably isn't. He then plays Mystery and White Worm. I didn't like the White Worm play, as well as him not playing the ward. I'm not really sure, you know, like this whole ordering business, but he is in fact dead on board, so it's cool. We'll take those. And of course, in Savage BM fashion, to go ahead and get myself some, you know, good fortune, maybe possibly, you know, bad fortune. I go ahead and drop the Gilman Links anyway, to go ahead and just spike my opponent right on into the ground and hit him with the young, with the young 10-inch Jiraiya. So, you know, he came through, you know, just, you know, kicking it with his like with nice, like, you know, sandals or whatever. For those of you who don't know, I actually Jiraiya is actually like my favorite. Well, probably one of, if not my favorite character from Naruto. So obviously, like, it was kind of a blast to be able to, like, you know, play this in the draft and actually be able to have a lot of success for it. I'm even having so much success and whatnot with this that, like, I was like, oh, if I go 5-0 in GP today, I'm gonna go ahead and just go ahead and glow up that Jiraiya, because he earned it. Like, he literally earned it. Alright, so we're gonna be on to our next game, which is another game of Rune. This time my opponent's Master, so I'm pretty sure as Master he's probably not going to make as many misplays as the AA player did. Now, mind you, not all of them were like hard misplays. There's just a few of them. But yeah, so I go ahead and toss off my hand. I pick up a Zeta Tycoon and a Burly Axe Wielder. This is really good if I'm going first. It's also even better if I'm going second. Yeah, it's pretty good if I'm going second. It's amazing if I'm going first, which I am. Now, I do kind of respect the Magic Missile, so I'm not going to play up the Servant, because you never know who will and will not have it. So I'm just going to play up the young Tartman. Tartman is pretty expendable, I think, because I'm never going to evolve Tartman. I don't know. I just can't see that going well for me if I do. So I go ahead and go face for 2. I go ahead and drop the Burly Axe Wielder. That's not bad, because next turn I can go ahead and just go Tycoon plus Servant, and then go ahead and then play Frontline Cavalier, and that should be really, really good. Now, he does make the trade here. I'm like, okay, sure. You know, there's a trade that he has to make. And then he plays Disciple of Truth. I'm like, oh god. So I had forgotten that Disciple of Truth was a card that they could play in Take 2. So this is like pretty good for him. I'm gonna go ahead and just, you know, still float out into the board, because he's still in a not as good spot. Because now if I trade with this, if I trade with my Servant and Servant picks up Spine Blade, I can go ahead and kill off this, and then go ahead and evolve, get more things, and just, you know, be roll on him. However, here he plays Nova Flare. I'm like, wow, are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? No. Yeah, so he plays the No Flare or whatever. I'm like, okay, sure. So the No Flare had to happen. It put him in such a strong spot, because I can't evolve over that. It requires either like Altea or Rackham to be able to evolve over it. And I don't have either one, so it's like kind of awkward now. So I go ahead and play the Cavalier, and the Cavalier is not bad. To go ahead and just reload up the board, but it is not ideal because now he's free to play any 5-drop he likes. If he plays an offensive 5-drop, it makes my Zeta play kind of awkward. Because basically, what I need right now is for him to play a card, and then play a card that maybe it's a spends up most of his mana. He evos over my unit. That I then play Zeta. And he's down -1 evo. The Zeta did not use the evo, gave me a card, and then he gives me his last evo, and I can then go ahead and play Master Samurai and then win off that. But it's definitely looking to be an uphill battle. Now here he plays Tartman. I'm like, oh no, you're not gonna evo that. Nope, he evoed it. I'm like, yikes. So I know now because of the Chartman play that his hand is very, very bad, possibly. Because I don't think any sane person would ever just evo Chartman like that. But hey, you never. It takes all kinds, right? It takes all kinds. Anyway, so I'm just gonna drop the young Zeta because, like I said, he burned the evo that I needed him to burn. So now he's in a kind of awkward spot. He's on 6 mana, which is important because he can't just play Servant of Truth to go ahead and blow up my creature. He instead, however, plays Burgeoning Genius, which is a problem because he does get his evolve point back. He then also plays Mr. Bertrand, so now he has some nice combo synergy, and I now kind of figured out that, oh, well, he was holding on this so he could play both these, in the same turn and be able to get the young Mr. Bertrand value. So it's like nice. I was like pretty heads up from him. I like that a lot. So here I go ahead and I actually gonna play out the Beatrice and just Suicide. I did this because I wanted to go ahead and just go out onto the board a little bit. I couldn't really play Tycoon for maximum value, which is what I wanted to do, but I decided I was just going to play Master Samurai still, because Master Samurai plus Accolade will draw me 2 cards, maybe 3 cards if he has to trade back into it, which is like really, really nice. I can use those cards to try to catch back up into the game. However, this is definitely an uphill battle because of the version thing. However, here he plays the young Marduk, the young Mar God. I'm like, wow. So I was very, very surprised by him doing this. I didn't actually like this play because now I can just try to go under the Marduk and just try to avoid playing creatures. Or sorry, I can just avoid playing creatures that let him suicide the Marduk. I don't have to care about the Marduk right now because I'm at 20. I'm at 20. He can only do so much to me with Marduk, right? So I just go ahead and leave it in play. I just go ahead and break enhance. I break enhance to play Master Samurai. So this way I have 4 creatures in play. Basically, I'm setting up to be in a spot where I can go ahead and drop Jiraiya on him and put him in a bad spot. Now I think he's always going to evo to protect his guy with the Mysterian Circle. But then, he also plays a Truce Adjudication that he got off the top. I'm like, wow. However, well, not really off the top, but it was buffed 3 times. It was buffed 3 times, so it's just a 3/3. It pings me for 2, he heals for 1, and then he evolves over my Rackham again. I literally knew he was always going to do this. He smacks in the face for 7 with Marduk, but now the tides have turned once again. I have the nice young Balance Breaker, Jiraiya. Yeah, so we're going to drop Jiraiya. Now Jiraiya gets me free trades across the board. I have an 8/8. The 8/8 has not attacked, which is a big deal because it cannot be pitfalled. That's a very, very big thing right now. And Jiraiya is just threatening to end the game. Right now, I do have lethal on board. He needs to have any form of removal to stop it, but he still will take at least 8. And I still have the evo point. I have everything I need now. Now here he plays Astral Divination, hoping to try to pick up the young Star Phoenix and Square Enix and prevent lethal, but he doesn't pick it up. So he's he's playing cards, and then he's just dead. He's just dead on board, and I'm like, oh, nice. I like this. So this game kind of just it went in my favor because he played Marduk on some silly stuff, and then he failed the Marduk test because I passed it. Anyway, so I go ahead and just top that Gillen Lease again, and just gonna spike him right on down into Oblivion. Yeah, and just he can see it's because he's dead. Even before he was dead on board, but I just kind of hit him with a nice young over lethal because it had to happen. The Gillen Lease Jiraiya's energy is too strong. It's just too good. It's too hot. It's too fire. So that is 1 game down, or sorry, 2 games down. So I'll go ahead and show you guys the game 5 now. Game 5 honestly was I think the hardest game of this series, if I'm not mistaken. It was so hard just because there were a lot of twists and turns, honestly. Because like I said, like Rune, it doesn't quite seem like it just because you're mainly just used to seeing Spellbush Rune or Mysteria Rune or some kind of on theme Rune deck in rotation. But if you play just a good stuff Rune deck, I wouldn't be surprised if you could actually be successful with that just because of how much value you see them have in Take 2. So I go ahead and toss back my entire hand. I am going second. There was a world in which I kept Rackham, but I was going second. I have a lot of 2-drops and 3-drops. I just want to draw those. Like I don't want to be in a spot where I'm just like sitting until like turn 4, like my thumbs up my butt and just like be like, hey, yeah. So I thankfully pick up a 2-drop. I pick up the Young Tycoon. That's great. I have the High Seas Hero. He plays Bertrand. Now when he plays the Bertrand, I get very, very scared because that's, you know, like if he has Mysteria card, that puts me in an awkward spot. If he has Sagape, that puts me in an awkward spot. So we see him going to drop the Young Astral Divination. So the Astral Divination, that's not bad for me. It's pretty tempo negative for him. He's going to go face because obviously he should have gone face, but he decides to trade instead. That works for me. So the reason why he should have gone face as opposed to... Right, I'm going to pause here actually. So the reason why he should have gone face as opposed to trading is because, one, you know that with the Mr. Bertrand and the threat of you having a Mysteria card in your hand, or sorry, top decking a Mysteria card, because for all you know, he might just play the Astral Divination on curve. To, you know, go ahead and you know, probably fill out his curve properly, because it has a strong chance of giving him 2-drops and whatnot. I know that if I failed the he actually has a Mysteria card in his hand, he's actually able to play it in a nice spot, that becomes a problem for me, because he either gets a Circle or a Missile, which are both pretty decently high value cards in this or moderately sized value cards or whatever in this format. So additionally, the other thing, we knew that he picked up Scorpius, right? We knew they picked up Scorpius. So what will happen there is if I have a Usurping Spineblade, I'm gonna go ahead and Usurping Spineblade that, but then I don't have a Spineblade for the Scorpius, which means Scorpius will still get a kill. So yeah, I don't know. Overall, I just didn't like the play from him. It felt like it was pretty bad. So he does play Scorpius again. We literally knew he was gonna play Scorpius. Now, I was expecting him to play the Andromeda, but he actually holds it off correctly and then decides to play Scrap Iron Golem instead, or Scrap Iron Smelter. However, all that means is that he just doesn't take 3 damage now. That's all it means. I'm just gonna go ahead and just, you know, evil my Cavalier all the same. I evil the Cavalier, I go ahead and trade, and then trade again to go ahead and kill off his Scorpius and have a 4/5. I like having a 4/5 here because it made a board. Also at 5 HP, it's kind of difficult for him to kill it properly, so he will have to expend some significant resources to do so. Now, I'm actually kind of expecting to play Altea here, maybe. Yep, there's an Altea, because Altea was, like, I think one of the few things that actually killed this properly. By I killed it properly, I mean that, like, it, like, dealt something. Now, here we do actually see a blatant misplay from my opponent. This is one of those, he just, like, didn't read the card. He just, like, maybe, like, clicked too fast. The correct play is to Altea one of these two. It doesn't really matter which one you do, but the point is that puts you in a spot where I can't just, like, kill the Altea on board and then just, like, keep developing. I actually have to, like, give you an Evo, and I probably have to sack a unit, most likely, or burn a removal spell. Either way, it's still a lot better than just, you know, misusing like this and just, like, letting me develop for free. Now, we know that I had the answer to it anyway, but still. So I go ahead and I actually play up the Young Battlefield Beauty. I do this in this way, so this way I can go ahead and play the Accolade. Now, for those of you who don't know, Accolade, whenever you target a creature with it, basically anytime the creature attacks or is attacked, you get to draw a card. And so by doing it this way, it does actually work in this order, in which I get to go ahead and attack, ping the creature. The clash still counts as, you know, having clash because it's still in the same process. So I get to draw a card here for free. I have a 5/6 that hits for 6, essentially. If he tries to go ahead and trade into my dude, and that's pretty good. Now here he drops the Young Satungar, gets the buff. This will, of course, you know, force his last Evo because he can't do this, because if he does this and I have like Lucius or something like that, he dies immediately. So he does go ahead and trade here, but again, even that is still bad because, like, I literally kill it on board and can just develop. Oh, and I drew a card on top of that too, so that's nice. So now this turn's kind of awkward because I don't really have things I want to do, but I do ultimately just decide to go ahead and just play the Castle Guardian because, like, I didn't want to play Sagape, because if I play Sagape and just to trade the you know, I'm buffing with it, that seems stupid. Now here he plays Burgent Onion Patchmaster. Now keep in mind, right here, this is where the game gets difficult, which I know sounds weird, but this is true. So Burgent gives you essentially unlimited value. Now mind you, the value you get from it is kind of slow because you only get the 1/1 onions. You have been casting spells. Now mind you, you are Runecraft, so you will have a ton of spells to use. But the point is that, like, it gives you a lot of things to kind of, like, bait your opponent into making trades, and bait your opponent into, like, making, like, kind of awkward trades and things like that. Just because you can make a lot of onions, basically. You make a lot of onions, you know, have a lot of layers, and make your opponent cry. Pun unintended. Anyway, so this turn, I believe I still go ahead and play. Oh no, actually go ahead and play the Burly Axe Wielder. And I played the Burly Axe Wielder. Honestly, you could and probably should have just played the Weathered Vanguard all the same. I didn't do it though, because I kind of forgot what was in his hand. Although I obviously remember like right after he did it that he did actually get a Star Phoenix from Square Enix off of this. So I'm like, okay, how do you have removal for this? But he does, and that of Staff of Whirlwinds. I'm like, wow, are you kidding me? Wow, 10 out of 10. So he gets the Onion here. I'm like, okay. He gets the Star Phoenix back to his hand. I'm like, yikes. So that's a lot. That's a lot of inherent synergies right now. But here I go ahead and just go ahead and drop the Young Weathered Vanguard. Now I could have just played the Zeta. However, I didn't want to play Zeta because it gets punished by Serpent of Truth really, really hard. But here he does play a Burgeoning Genius to go ahead and get another Evolve Point, get another Onion into Black Witch Anna. I believe he evolves the Black Witch Anna. Yep, he evolves the Black Witch Anna. So this is actually a very, very awkward spot now, because now he has a bunch of onions and things like that. He's at 19, so I can't really go face. I'm still somehow. I went from like winning the game to being back into the trade phase, and that's really bizarre. I'm still kind of questioning how this happened. Like he just like had a bunch of spells somehow. Anyway, here I go and drop the Young Jiraiya again. My nice Balance Breaker. I drop it here because again it's a big boy. I get to kill the Anna. I get to kill the ward as well, and I get to roll a dice to see what dies. Now I actually prefer that one of the tokens die as opposed to the Jiraiya getting hit for any damage, just because if the Jiraiya is still at full, it makes it kind of awkward for him to get rid of it. However, here my dude plays the Young Truth Seeker Faust. So this is actually super difficult for me because it's actually a very, very annoying game state, because now he just has a Faust in play, and I can't really get rid of the ward, but I can kill the Faust until he plays the Absolute Zero Blade. I'm like, wow, okay, because he made another Onion. More onions were made. He then lands the buff on the Faust. Him landing the buff on the Faust is actually the best thing that could have happened to me. So I'll go ahead and just drop the Zeta. Zeta's super, super good here. Again, go ahead and trade. Now he should be out of sigils most likely, because the only other sigil that he can play is like, I think, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that should be like the only sigil you can play. I think that actually like produces sigil immediately. But the point is that like he's behind on board now. He has almost no cards. At some point, I'm going to stick a board at some point. Now here we do see him go ahead and play the Lyria. Honestly, he broke Enhance. He should have gone and played it for Enhance. He would have been fine, but maybe just didn't know how to work, or maybe just knew that he just like didn't have the Enhance thing for it. I'm not sure. But here, that's fine, because I finally get to go ahead and just, play my Beatrix. I play my Beatrix. Alright, so I play the Beatrix specifically because it's going to break Enhance. I play it to break Enhance. I have 6 mana. 6 mana is all I need though, because what I can go ahead and do here is I can go ahead and just, trade the Beatrix. You do that first. You have to do that first. Trade the Beatrix, then go ahead and play Divine Retribution, to then attack with Zeta to put another Beatrix back into your hand. This is like the first time of me actually seeing someone do this, so I felt like pretty PogChamp about it, because it's just a nice, reading the cards, knowing how they work and things like that. I do go ahead and just, push for Faith Finish, because I don't want to trade anymore. I'm tired of trading. I just want to end this game. I just want to end this game. I don't want to be here anymore. Now here he does go ahead and play the Chloe, but unfortunately for him, Chloe's not good enough. I do have the Young Guild at least to go ahead and just end the game, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah, like this game was just like this game was it was a game. Like I honestly thought my opponent was gonna somehow like finesse and make a comeback there, because like he had some like nice power plays, and the Virgin did actually put in a lot of work. I think he made either 3 or 4 onions, and then also set up for some stuff, because like, it was spell boosting his Absolute Zero Blade, but did let him kill the Jiraiya. So it was actually a very, very crazy thing there. But yeah, shout out to my opponent for making some fire plays. But yeah, unfortunately it was not fire enough, because we got the heat, we got the real hotness. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you think about my Take-Two series overall. Are you guys liking it? Are you guys hating it? Thank you guys for watching.